baye endaweni eziningi kube mnandi bajabule futhi nje bahlazi bahlele.
Uyazi khona enye fanele khona enye movie ngingayibukela edlala
Maji
yini bafethu ngathi ngiyakhala
le ndaba le ikhuluma ngathi.
Oh yeah nabona ke manje sekuqalile manje mina manje sengiyenza ngibe namahloni ngiyamalala mina wow
Siyabonga ngendaba Maji.
Hayi man, asekhaya manje.
Qhubeka uhambele phambili sisi, mina ngisafuna ukuqedela le ndaba le masishaya.
Unesiqiniseko?
Yebo, nginesiqiniseko esikhulu kakhulu phela manje nginomdlandla ukuthi ngibhale.
Kulungile.
Kwasuka-sukela kwakukhona indoda eyahlala gedeni Maji.
Flerkies hires a decor expert to spruce up the bar Monday on Muggeplug. Kliphart chats to Rocco de Villiers and Kaleidoscope. And Moriehi gains an unexpected ally on Mobango.
Near the southern tip of Africa stretches a chain of high mountains. Unsurpassed in their beauty, they also formed a formidable barrier to the interior of South Africa. The Hottentots Holland Mountains. This week, the Zebra Boss visits the Hottentots Holland Mountains in the Western Cape of South Africa. And what our team of explorers are going to seek is a way across the seemingly impenetrable Hottentots Holland Mountains.
Hi, I'm Tamise. Hi, I'm Emrinique.
We are ready for a challenge.
And the question is...
Are we gonna make it? Hi, I'm Daniel.
Hi, I'm Yano.
And we are the Explorers. What we're gonna do is we're gonna seek what needs to be sought.
On the mountains.
In the rivers.
Wherever.
Their search for a route through the mountains will start at the beginning, the ruins of the old toll house. Crossing the mountains. Siyaya, wildest cape. When the settlers arrived from Europe at the Cape of Good Hope, the mountains to the north appeared impenetrable. Today, a major traffic vein runs up the mountains, known as Salari's Pass. Behind Salari's Pass, a narrow, steep gorge leading up towards the top of the mountain range is where the team is headed.
This is where the Khoisan cross back and forth all the time with their livestock. This is the Gamto Pass. Gamto means eland, because in the old days there were a lot of eland here, big antelope. And the original Khoi people who lived here used this pass, the Gamto Pass, the eland pass, for thousands of years. And they had cattle and they hunted antelope like eland. They went from that side of the mountain to this side. The original people, like the San, they just used what they needed. They didn't carry a lot of stuff. Bow and arrow and a few things. They were just part of nature. When the settlers arrived in 1652, they brought new influences and things started to change.
Why did they come here? What attracted them?
They made vegetable gardens, remember, for the boats that came from Europe, and they made a halfway station here at the Cape of Good Hope. But they also knew that beyond those mountains lay the big continent of Africa with all its riches. And for them to get those riches, they had to cross these mountains. And I hear this was called by some of those earlier settlers the mountains of Africa. This was their first big obstacle, mountains that are 1,500 meters tall. And how are they going to get through it? And the answer lies right here, the Gamto Pass.
Remember, my young friends, in those days there were no roads, and people only had ox wagons and their own good feet. Ox wagon trails had to be made wherever they could find a way through the rugged landscape.
Okay, guys, can you see it? The toll house down there? That's where people had to pay to be able to use this track. And near it was a tea house where people went to have tea, maybe a nice lunch, maybe a Kentucky fry, maybe something. But let's have a look at the ruin itself. Okay guys, this is the toll house. This is where the journey started. Okay guys, no one has been here a long time, so be careful of snakes.
When I came here, I was a bit afraid of things I would see. I don't want to see snakes.
So they paid here to use this road.
Absolutely, people paid because it takes maintenance.
If the wagon goes up a day, how far does it go?
Oh, it would, in one day it would start from here and it would get over the top of the pass. So it could actually make it in a day. So our mission on this adventure is to do something very similar, and that is to cross the Hottentot Hollands Mountains in whatever way is necessary. And we've got 3 modes of transport. One is by foot, up this pass, and then by zebra bus, up some steep tracks, and then finally we'll get to the gorge. The gorge.
The legendary gorge.
South Africa's history is actually amazing if you think about it. How they built the tall house and when they had to climb that mountain with the ox wagon.
Can you guys see that little building? I believe that might have been the tea house. So you pay, have your cup of tea, and then the big trek starts, the big pull right over Eland's Pass.
They really fought for what they wanted, and in the end they made it. Over that mountain, yeah. Wumpy, so how did they transport their luggage?
The settlers always had to bring a lot of luggage, and to get that luggage across, all their stuff across, they used ox wagons in those days. Sometimes 4,500 wagons a year. Wow. People all trekking north to settle Africa. Just imagine the weight of that wagon to scrape this place open, to just grind this out of the stone. So about 12 years after Van Riebeeck settled, the first ox wagon crossed here. And it must have been very hard. No one comes up here anymore. This little piece of forgotten, almost forgotten history. Not quite forgotten, because it's a national monument to mark that point in our history when people crossed these mountains.
There are people in our community whose helping hands always brighten the day. Caring, selfless, and always there when you need them. Just like Grandpa's fast-acting pain relief that you can always trust. It's ready to work in 10 seconds for backache, muscle ache, toothache, or headache, so that you can get through your day. Ngoba umuntu ngumuntu ngabantu.
Grandpa, trusted for over 100 years.
Any short, sharp pain is a sign of something not being quite right with the tooth, and that's usually the first sign of sensitivity. I would definitely say please don't ignore any signs or symptoms. The likelihood is the condition is probably going to get worse if you do nothing about it. That's why I recommend Sensodyne in my practice. Sensodyne works at the very heart of the problem, and it actually goes inside the tooth and helps calm down the nerve right where we need it to act. Sensodyne is a brand that I know works.
The SABC has signed a code of conduct that is enforced by the Broadcasting Complaints Commission of South Africa. Under the code, we are committed to giving news that is accurate, comment that's fair, and programming that is not harmful, does not amount to hate speech or violence or explicit sex. If you think we are not living up to that code, then you can inform the Broadcasting Complaints Commission of South Africa. Direct any complaints in writing to the BCCSA, PO Box 412-365, Craig Hall 2024. Send a fax to 011-326-3198 or an email to bccsa@nabsa.co.za. For more information, please visit bccsa.co.za.
And the burning inside, it could be heartburn.
Indigestion and heartburn? Eno gets to work in 6 seconds and works on the 6 symptoms of heartburn, so you can keep on living life non-stop. Eno, fight heartburn and indigestion fast.
But how did people communicate? That's the thing. Communication must have been key if it took all that effort to come up here. Okay guys, what do you see here?
Cannon.
Cannons. One cannon here, one cannon there. And what do you think they are doing here?
They shoot to alert the people.
Almost right. Remember, those guys didn't have walkie-talkies. They didn't have cell phones, but they had to communicate. Imagine if a wagon was coming up and there may be people bringing something down on this narrow path. So it's just like the traffic control people next to the road. Bang! Ox wagons coming up. Bang, bang, bang. Boats arriving. So just a way of communicating. Other one here. Now the interesting thing, it's not only these two cannons. There's also a cannon on Signal Hill, way there where Cape Town is. That signal when it was exactly 12 o'clock each day. And so people can set their watches by that cannon. So that cannon signaled the time, and there were various other cannons from here at the farm Ouderkraal over there, and then De Hoek over there. All different cannons, and they all listen to one another, just like today there are cell phone towers. Yes. Those days there were cannons, and they all tell something, they relay messages.
Once on top, the team continues by foot. They are soon amazed to find themselves in a paradise known as the Cape Floral Kingdom.
Okay, something else that's very interesting about this area, unique in the whole world, is the area what we are in is known as Fynbos. Fynbos is one of the 8 plant kingdoms in the world, but the Fynbos is the most diverse. It's got the most species, different types of plants, unique and found only here.
When I came here, I was so excited. I think young people should come in camp more often. Nature is gorgeous. They would learn interesting things about the different plants and animals.
Packet of chips.
Okay guys, let me show you something very interesting. This is a protea we've been looking for. Come and have a look here. Can you see right on the edge of these leaves there are little orange spots? They are little nectaries. They contain a sweet substance, some nectar. And it's with that sweet substance that the plant is bribing the ants to look after it. It's called co-evolution.
Something smells like a rooibos tea.
Yeah, and rooibos is a fynbos. It's one of the fynbos species. And a very famous one because it's now known the world over. It's a beautiful tea. Okay guys, here's another one, a smaller species. And there are two different seasons here. These ones that are still young, not open, and then the old ones from the last season.
I spend most of my time indoors playing video games, watching TV. So this was a bit different for me. And I feel connected with nature.
Here's another very nice protea. You can see two generations. An old one from a previous season. You can feel how hard it is. And then here's the one from this season. But this one is already becoming old. I'm looking for a very special protea. And I think I see one over there. Let's go over there. Let's look at this. Isn't this something?
Wow.
The king protea. And sometimes they're even bigger. Just lovely. Wonderful. Can you see inside a little fairy? Because they hang out in proteas like this. So what took the ox wagons a full day in those days, take the zebra bus 15 minutes up St. Laurie's Pass on the N2 northwards from Cape Town.
The exploration continues at night.
Nice word.
Yeah.
How would I say?
Yeah.
Where do you see it?
The size.
Ooh, that's beautiful, eh? See, more moths are coming.
Bit of rain.
And a catch in the web.
Just now one is going to get stuck in the web. Yeah, there we are, there we are. Watch it, guys. Watch it, watch it. Yes, like.
Wow.
Nice, eh?
Nice. There's one at the bottom too. Wow.
Whoa. Big fight, boys.
Wow.
Whoa, man.
Yeah. It's fighting, it's fighting. Wow. He won that one.
And he even destroyed a few. A bit of the web. Oh, nice. Nice, nice, nice. Yes, it's a nice grasshopper. It's always three parts to an insect. The abdomen, that's the back part, the thorax, and the head. And the head is where you get the antennae, and the abdomen is where it keeps all the food that is eaten. And then the thorax, like the legs are attached to the thorax. And there's always 6 legs. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Over there, there's a mouth. The mouth parts are like big chewing things. And they just grind. Let's gently put it back. Here, maybe just put it on there. I'm sure we're going to find some other things. Okay, this is a group of frogs. The genus is Bufo regularis, like the regular toad. You can call it a frog, but it's a toad. Okay, now this guy's got lots of interesting things. Can you see these big organs, these flat pieces? Those are poison glands. And if you rub it enough, irritate it enough, you'll see that it secretes like a milky substance. If I rub my eye now, my eye will really hurt. And that's for its protection. Not very long legs, short legs, because it's not really a jumper. This one just walks around, cruises around. What do you guys think this is?
Ears.
That's an ear. Yeah, it's an eardrum sitting quite outside so it can hear. Because these guys are the ones that go quack, 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 quack. And only the males make the noise. The one that croaks loudest and deepest tend to get the females. So the females listen to the voice because they can't see anything.
Yeah.
So they can hear, wow, that's a big male frog. And it doesn't generate its own heat because it's an amphibian. Amphibians and reptiles don't generate their own heat.
To the outer framers, the turtleneckers, the fringe growers, you don't need to hide anymore. Try Dettol Even Tone. It cleans and helps to reduce the appearance of blemishes caused by oil, dirt and germs, giving your skin a healthy feel. Dettol, be 100% sure.
Parenting is not easy. Some days, you've got to be tough mom. Other days, gentle mom. But when it comes to fever, you need to be both. Calpol starts to work on fever in 15 minutes and is gentle on the tummy. Calpol, tough on fever, gentle on your child.
Your baby may have your dimples or your eyes, but she doesn't have your skin. Baby skin is 30% thinner than yours, and using a harsh adult product may dry and damage it, making her more vulnerable to infection. Gently cleanse with clinically proven mild Johnson's Baby Soap and moisturize with Johnson's Baby Jelly to help strengthen and protect your baby's developing skin. Because healthy skin means healthier babies. Johnson's.
Hey, Baba. You've been patting the wall now.
You complain a lot, man. If it's not the leaves, then it's the noise.
I've asked you so nicely before. Now I'm calling my lawyer.
Ooh, I am so scared. And like, where's your lawyer?
My lawyer is right here. Can't tell later.
Problems with the neighbors? Rental disputes? Advice on maintenance matters? Drawing up a will? Clientele Legal will speak up for you. SMS DEFEND to 41446. We'll call you back.
Not just wounds. Now Mom trusts Dettol for your skin too. The new skin-friendly Dettol Aloe Vera for bathing with the gentleness of aloe vera and the power of Dettol. It's gentle for everyday use and protects from 100 illness-causing germs. That's why moms want to be Dettol sure.
When it comes to what we eat, we choose healthy over harmful, gentle over harsh. Do you do the same for your skin? Try the new Vita-Rich smoothies from Johnson's, enriched with yogurt, honey, and oats. Its fast-absorbing formula nourishes and comforts dry skin with lasting 48-hour moisture. New Johnson's Vita-Rich smoothies for natural 48-hour moisture.
The Zebra Bus takes them even higher into the mountains for the big challenge. To reach the other side of the mountains, they will have to walk and swim through a narrow gorge.
We want to get near this little river so that we can practice a little bit for tomorrow's big expedition. The road is becoming a little rougher.
4x4 minibus.
And you know what I'm a little bit scared of are those clouds. Can you see how they hang over the mountain? And it means rain. And if there's a lot of rain, those little canyons just swell up. You know, they just become full of water. They just flood. And we don't want to be in the river when that happens.
First, they have to prepare themselves.
We've still got our mothership with us, the Zebra one. So we're going to use your wetsuits and we're going to use your life jackets so you can quickly put on some swimming gear. Can you guys hear what I'm hearing? Sound of the river. Just what we need. You guys are going to go down there, hop in the water, and you're going to start swimming in this direction. And there, it's deep. But that's where these things come in. The life jackets. Go for it. Yes, that's it. Cool, man.
When I first come to swim, I panicked a lot. I was nervous. I thought I would drown. But after a while, I started to enjoy myself. It was so nice in the water. It was so cool.
Tomorrow we're going to have really serious jumps. So we want to practice some of them today. And the first little jump we're going to do where the little waterfall is. Okay guys, what you're learning now is to work together as a team because we're never going to get down the river tomorrow on our own. Great stuff. Not everyone are equally strong. Not everyone swims equally well. Nothing wrong showing fear, nothing wrong saying I'm scared. So now we're going to try some small jumps. I can see you can't wait any longer. So go for it and move to the other side. Great stuff. And remember, if you look down there, you'll see a rock is sticking out. So you have to jump far enough to clear it. Okay. Far enough to get past that rock. 1, 2, 3. Excellent, excellent. Brilliant. Brunik, you can come over here.
The most frightening moment was when we were jumping that pool, and I thought I wouldn't come up. I was going to stay in there, but yeah, they were so frightened.
1, 2, 3. Yeah! You guys are champions! And a 1, 2, 3. Beautiful, beautiful. 1, 2, 3. It's only a little bit bigger. This is nothing. Okay, here we go. 1, 2, and 3. I think you guys are ready for tomorrow. And now it's a big question. John, are you ready for tomorrow?
I'm ready. I'm ready.
Jamise, are you ready?
Yes, I'm ready.
And Brunik, are you ready?
I think so.
And Daniel, are you ready?
100%.
We are the adventurers. These guys are as ready as they're gonna get. But stay tuned. Tomorrow is much deeper. And once they're over those falls, there's no turning back. They have to do the next one. So it's going to really test them and bring out who they really are. the next episode of Siyaya, the team goes